Hello, people, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deep Roy Chaudhary, and I'm just a normal guy who talks about stuff that seems interesting and important to me. And today I'm going to talk about the fact that Corona is way more is basically has come back with a vengeance, or COVID-19 has come back with a vengeance. The second wave of coronavirus, at least from what I've been seeing on the news, it has hit the hardest in countries like India and Brazil. From what I've been hearing, India is now the only country with more than 300,000 cases, and I think the number of deaths, as far as the death rate is concerned, the number of deaths in Brazil is still, I think one of the highest number of deaths have happened in Brazil. So I would say that what happened in India and what happened in Brazil should be a stark reminder for countries around the world that just because maybe in a country like Thailand, which hasn't been hit with COVID-19 to the extent that countries like US and India and China, or maybe not China but US, India, Brazil have been hit. Just because Thailand or some other country with low corona statistics, they have not been hit with that level of of ferocity by the virus. That does not mean that this new second wave of COVID-19 cannot rapidly increase the number of infections in your country within a matter of days. No one thought, because from what I've been hearing, or from what I've been watching in the news, I think a lot of people, or at least this is my own impression. I'm not an expert. I'm not an epidemiologist. I'm not a virologist. I'm not a trained doctor. It's just my own layman's opinion that I think a lot of people around the world have become kind of complacent and have become kind of used to the fact that, okay, we are living in a pandemic. We are living in a world where the COVID-19 pandemic is happening, but that does not mean that my life is going to be but I'm still going to live my life. I have seen visuals of people flouting COVID-19 regulations in various countries around the world. I'm not just going to pick and choose only one country that has been flouting or people of just one country who have been not following the regulations, who have not been wearing the masks, maintaining social distance from other people, and using hand sanitizers. It's not just to people of one country, but I think people of multiple countries have now become complacent about the fact that, okay, the COVID-19 is here, but the vaccines are also here. So once I get vaccinated, I don't need to worry about it, and life can just go back to normal. That is especially not the case. Just because the vaccine is here, that does not mean that you have to let your guard down. Because again, I'm not an expert in these kinds of topics, but from my limited understanding that I have gained on the topic of COVID-19 has multiple mutated strains around the world. There is an Indian variant of COVID-19. There is a Brazilian variant of COVID-19. There is a South African variant of COVID-19, and I'm pretty sure that there might be other mutated strains of of this COVID-19 virus that we might not even know about, or we might not have paid attention to, or just I might not have paid attention to. The point that I'm trying to make is this: the vaccines that have been made for now, I think, again, my own limited knowledge, I might be wrong about what I'm about to say right now, but I think the vaccines that have been made by various pharmaceutical companies around the world, they might be effective on one specific strain of COVID-19 or coronavirus, but they might not be as effective as on other strains of the coronavirus. So again, just because you might have had your vaccination shots does not mean that you should let your guard down. For example, because at least from what I've been reading, I think most of the vaccinations need 2 doses of vaccinations, 2 shots of vaccinations for the vaccines to be effective, and for your body to gain immunity to that virus. And number 2, even after getting both of those shots, with a gap of I think 4 weeks between the 2 shots, I think it varies from from vaccine to vaccine. The Pfizer vaccine is different from the Moderna vaccine. I'm pretty sure other vaccines behave in different ways. But the point that I'm trying to make is this: after getting both of the shots of the vaccines, or both the vaccine shots, even after that, even after maybe after a few days of the of getting the second shot of the vaccine, you are not completely immune to the virus. Your body needs time after getting both of those vaccine shots. Your body needs time to actually develop that immunity in your body against a specific or against multiple strains of the coronavirus. So just because you have had both of your shots of coronavirus, does not mean that you have to be complacent, that you should stop wearing masks. You should not stop wearing masks. You should not stop maintaining social distance from other people. You should not stop using hand sanitizers. Basically, I think you can understand the point that I'm trying to make, because your body needs time to develop that immunity. And again, just because you might have that immunity does not mean that each and every person has been vaccinated around you. So let's assume you are vaccinated and you have developed the immunity against the virus. So, and you decide that you are not going to wear the mask, you are not going to maintain social distance, you are not going to use hand sanitizers. You are immune to the virus, but the virus might be on your hand, and while shaking hand with another person who might not be vaccinated against COVID-19, you would be transmitting that virus that might be on your hand to a person who has not been vaccinated. Just because you are immune to the virus does not mean that you cannot transmit that infection to other people. Do you understand the point that I'm trying to make? Do not be complacent. Don't stop wearing the mask. Please continue wearing masks. Please continue maintaining social distancing with other social distancing with other people, and please continue, for the love of God, please continue to use hand sanitizers. It's for your own good and for the sake of and for the good of your community. Please listen to me. This is an honest request. More on this in the next video, I think. Until then, please consider liking this video, please consider sharing this video with your friends and acquaintances, and please consider subscribing to my channel. That would help me a lot. Until the next video, stay safe, goodbye, and God bless you.